Click on change settings, and here you can type the domain name. This is prem.com, my domain environment. So it says domain controller could not be contacted. The reason will be connectivity and the name resolution, because let me try to ping my VM, so I'm able to successfully uh, ping the server. But what might be happening if I try to ns lookup and prem.com, so I may not be getting any IP because there is no address. So what I have to do, I have to go to DNS. I mean, this is a small troubleshooting step we may face as a beginner always. So let me mention the DNS IP address here, because while we are trying to add a PC to domain, we are using the domain name, not the IP address. So it should be resolvable. Let me try again if I am able to resolve it. Now I know to which server with this name connecting. So now let's I have not created so much accounts, so I'm just using the local default administrator account, but it should not be used. That I will cover in one of my videos for security on domain controllers. Let's restart it now. Log in with the administrator account, domain administrator account. Okay, so far for the we have added it to the domain now, and now we will enable the feature which we need for enabling this server for SMTP relay. Okay, so I click here, add roles and features, because it's a feature. So you don't have to select anything from the roles, you have to select it in a feature. So you will find here some SMTP server, this one. It will automatically add the required roles and features here because it requires a role of IIS server. You don't need to select anything, you just need to click install then. Okay guys, so now our feature installation is complete. Now we will go to the feature we have installed. So what you can do, you can go to tools, So click on tools and you will find here IIS base. So it's easy to manage your SMTP server on the older version of IIS Manager rather than a new one. So I will open 6.0, not the 7, because below one is the 7. Because this is a Windows 2016 server, so IIS 7 is there. Here you have your SMTP server. If you want, you can change the name of this server. You may call it anything. Sorry, from here you go to properties and you can, oh no, you have to just F2 and you can just rename this server. Okay, so this is the only server. I have not added any domain. It's a default domain for me. Here you can see the session of connected users. I will show you later on how you can verify that. And you in the properties, I will walk you through all these properties, what you can do from these properties. These are very important while you are configuring some server. Here I will be assigning this. So this section I will cover later on, where I will give you the multiple SMTP servers on the same server. Now, so what are these options for? So this is the fully qualified name of the server, which will be listening to the SMTP telnet request from the printers or servers you want to send email via this server. It will also limit the connection to something like this if you limit the connection, but I don't want to limit it. Always enable logging. That helps you to trace the emails which are sent from the clients via this server, but they are not received by anyone. You can select the format. I always use the NCSA login for file format. This is including very much details. You can have a different logging format if you want. You can go to the properties and you can type in here like I just want to rename my file when it's 100 MB, so that while you trace the emails and you want to check the logs, this file consumes a lot of memory, the same amount the file size, and it also takes some time to open. You can change the path here if you want to place the file somewhere in here, so you can just browse and you can go to C drive, you can create a folder here and you can type in SMTP logs and the file will be placed in here. Apply. You can go here, you see all the unassigned, it will be listening on port 25. If you want another port, you can just add it here and you can add the custom port here as well. So we go to the access. Access is when someone is trying to send email to this server. So I keep the anonymous authentication. I don't want to secure it for now, but if you want someone to send the email to this user, you can actually secure it, but let's keep it as a anonymous access. You can also enable a TLS encryption, but this is only enabled when you have a certificate, valid certificate in this computer store. Here connection you can control all except below if you want to block any connection, or only below list if you want only few senders to access, so you can go there and you can add it. So I will use this feature only the list below. So I will mention all my subnets, not here, but here. So I want all the 10 network I have to be able to send to this server and place the subnet mask. Also, if you want this local server could able to send to this, so you have to add this as well. Dot 0, 0.1 loopback address, so that this server can send email to itself as well. Relay restriction, only the list below. So if you want to restrict any server relay, you can add just IP here, and that relay, so that server will be restricted to send email via this server. So this is how we configure the access part. Now we go to messages. So you can limit the size here. These days Office 365 have up to 30.5 MB of email size, so you can increase it here if you are sending through Office 365. You can send an email address here. You can have your email address here if you want to send all the non-delivery reports to that in case this server is unable to send email to any server, any recipient, and it will generate a non-delivery report. So that non-delivery report will be sent to the this email address. You can have a separate directory for bad emails, the emails which you want to send. On the delivery part, these are the default configuration. I normally go with the default. Outbound security, in case you want to use some authenticated method to send email or some API. I will have a separate video how you can configure your SMTP relay server to use API, and this is needed these days because if you are forwarding to emails from this relay server to this any smart host like SendGrid, so they require these days not to use the SMTP relay but username password, but they want the API to be used here. So I will show you that later. For now we are sending the anonymous, and you can actually enable the TLS encryption here for sending emails to internet world. Second is, this was outbound security, outbound connection. So you can restrict your connection to maybe 1,000. These days there are third party smart ports which require you to send on a different port. Let's say SendGrid, which now uses 587, so you can change this port as well, because this is for port 25, which is default port, and most of the service provider over the internet block it, so we can change the port here in case needed. I will keep it 25 for now. Then you go to advanced and you type in the name of public domain you are trying to send. This will be resolved on public, while recipient domains will clarify which domain is this. You can type in the smart host address here if you want to send this to SendGrid, so you can use smtp.sendgrid.net. This is always the MX address of the recipient domain you want to forward email. I will keep it like normal, will not use any SMTP host. Okay, and that's all. You don't have any other options in here. Now I will show you how you can try to send email to the SMTP relay, and you will be able to see that email in the queue, because this here is the queue directory. So once you send an email, you will be able to see it in the queue, but we will not be able to send this email because there is no destination thing, right? Because we are using it in a test lab, so we don't have a mailbox to verify this, but this will work, no worries. So let me connect to my AD server. We will be sending or testing the email from our AD server to this host. Okay, so let me bring up the SMTP server window as well, so that we actually able to see when email is going, although we will be able to find it in our SMTP logs as well. Okay, so now the first thing I will be doing, telnetting my SMTP server. So first I need to check if I am able to ping it. smtp.prem.com. So I'm not able to ping this server, although it's resolving the name. Let me try if I am able to telnet it. And the port will be 25. So it says this feature is not installed. So let me first enable the telnet feature on here. To enable the feature very fast, you can just go to the PowerShell and you can type in here add hyphen windows and you can press tab. Okay, it's not able, it's older version, so maybe it use install. Or maybe I'm doing it wrong. Import hyphen module server manager maybe, and add hyphen Windows feature. Okay, now it's here. So I was actually I need to run this because as we go into the latest versions of Windows, the PowerShell import all modules by default available on the PowerShell, but I forgot that in older version I still need to import the server manager. So you're gonna type a command and add hyphen Windows feature and space telnet client to install the telnet feature. Okay, it's success and you don't need to restart it. Now you will be able to try telnet. Okay, so it's listening to the port 5. I will send a hello. You can easily find on internet how you send email from SendGrid. So now I am trying to send an email using telnet to this server. I will also show you at the same time the session information. You see there, here you will be able to see the session information. You see session is being connected via 20 seconds from this server. In sometimes when there is some hacking or something, you can actually check the session from here. So Q, there is no email. As soon as I will type the another command from where the email will be sent. So it will be mail from settings colon, and then you have to type the name test at the rate domain.com. This will be the sender domain, and RCPT2 is the recipient. So I can type it here as a recipient at the rate abc.com. Okay, so it says unable to relay because it's unable to find the recipient. Let me try something else. RCPT2 abc at the rate maybe frame.com, unable to relay. So it's unable to check the next hop. That's why it's giving you the error again and again. But once you disconnect, server is able to, because it don't find any MX record in the AD environment. It always check the next hop AD environment, email environment, MX record to see if it's able to relay emails to that server. So it's okay. Maybe we are not able to test it for now. But if I enable internet on this server, let me try to do that. So let me add a new NIC to the server. So you can go to network adapters and you can go to add hardware, not the network adapters. Okay, I think I need to shut it down to, I need to shut it down to send email, I believe. Let me shut it down and add an NIC so that, okay. And let me quit it for some time. This SM relay connection, okay. We'll try it once more. So I go to settings. Okay, so I'm going to add a hardware, so I will add a network adapter here. Okay, so it will be a default switch and I apply, it will get the IP from DHCP, so it will allow me to use internet. Okay, I'll switch on the SMTP server now. Okay, so we have a server back, and I will go to network adapters. I can see that we are able to reach the internet. So I will try to send an email to external world. So here we have two network adapters, and one is connected to internet and one is connected to local. So maybe now we can try to telnet it. Okay, so service may be delay restart. That is the reason. I will go. Sometimes you need to verify services are not set to automatic, because I have seen this in the newer version of Windows. Like this is standard 2016. So you go to simple mail transfer and you see it's manual, right? So you always have to put it in the automatic mode, and then you, okay, now it's running. That's why I was not able to telnet. Now you can go to and telnet it. So EHLO, okay, RCPT2, no, it's the wrong command. First you have to send mail from, so from where you are sending it, so let's say test at the rate dream.com, it will be accepted. Now it's a recipient part, RCPT2, and you can type it here, abc@gmail.com. Still not able to relay. I need to check it first from here if I'm able to telnet localhost.